Hi, this is Dennis. I'm here at Mid-Michigan College at the Mount Pleasant campus here in beautiful Isabella County on the second floor here in the building, getting ready to go into a meeting to discuss with Dan what the next class will be for next semester as I work on this graphic design associate's degree. But nevertheless, I'm just putting together a little video here on the last day of the semester as I get ready to submit my final project, which is a drawing of our youngest son. My wife and I have 4 sons, and this is of our youngest son when we were in Chicago, Illinois. And at the time, he was 7 years old, almost turning 8, which is how old he is now. This is Dennis. I'm in Art 105 at Mid-Michigan College. It's Introduction to Drawing, Basic Drawing, and I'm enjoying it. Hopefully I'm learning to improve compared to how I did in high school, because my artistic skills in high school were not good. Anyhow, I'm just getting ready for this final project. There's my beautiful wife. Hi. And there's the approximately 24 by 18-inch piece of paper that I'll be using. And there on the computer is our son with me in Chicago. And I'm just going to focus on our son. He was, I guess, 7. Now he's 8 years old. But I'll do a portrait of him. So I hope it'll turn out good on this blank piece of paper, just starting. What I have to do first is get some lines, guidelines, so I can have the eyes, the nose, the mouth, ears, everything as proportional as possible. Here is an example of me using a ruler, and I would measure the distance often through the center between the eyes, and then I would use that as the center point to go up, to go down to the nose, down to the mouth, or up to the eyebrows, up to the hair from that center point between the eyes. Same with the ears. I'd go all the way across from the eyes to the ears, but using the ruler helped me to get the correct proportions. All right, just really coming together. I still have quite a ways to go, but it's really coming together. As I completed the main drawing, I was able to go and erase all of the, guidelines and other notes. Okay, so this is how the drawing looked just a night before it was due. So it's due at midnight tonight. This was last night. So now I'll share a video with you from last night with David. So David, this is fun drawing you. And now I'm at the end, so I'm using this, I believe it's an ebony, very soft but dark black pencil, and it gives more, darkness for shadowing. So it's going real good. I'm at the end. Good night, David. Hi, this is Dennis with Art 105, and it's been a privilege to be in this class as a student here in the fall semester 2025. It is December 12th, and earlier today, when it was still light out, I was on the second floor at Mid-Michigan College's Mount Pleasant campus, and I started this video. And I've been able to show you some pictures and videos throughout these last several days. It was about a 4-day process, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I didn't have to do much today because by last evening, by like 10, 11 at night, it was pretty much done. And now today I did a little bit of hatching around the hair and just kind of all around. And I'll probably do a little more after this video, but basically it's finished and it's due here in less than 3 hours. It's just past 9 p.m. here. In Mount Pleasant, Michigan, but I'm in our home, and I just wanted to reflect on so many things about Art 105 as it is now culminating with this final project of our son. My wife and I are so thankful and blessed, and our youngest son, David, was the subject and object of this project, and I'm very grateful because it did turn out wonderful, and I will say right away that this class helped me to see that I can draw. It's just like the gentleman by the last name of Kemp, I believe, K-E-M-P. He was one of the online, supplementary resources for this class. And I think he's British, but he basically has this online art school, and he says basically anyone can learn to draw. And I believe that's true if you work at it. You might not be a professional artist, you may not be the world's greatest artist, but you can improve and thrive. But it takes time, and that's the point. But anyhow, as far as things go, the hardest part of this project and this class in general is just proportions, shapes, um, just accuracy. And that's the whole point of art. It takes time. That's really the reoccurring theme. What else can I say here? The most satisfying part was seeing that when I took time, that, how can I say this? That the results were good. I mean, I have a long way to go as an artist, but you can improve, and that was the most satisfying part is seeing, number one, two things as far as satisfaction. Seeing the result of something like this final project, specifically of our son David. I mean, very satisfying to see. Um, and in a moment when he gets home, he's in Clare right now, one of the cities north of us, but he'll be home in a bit, and I'm gonna get a video of him with his response to the final version. He's seen it, but he hasn't seen it since yesterday. So I want to see how he responds. But anyhow, yes, it's satisfying when you see the final result of what you worked hard on as far as drawing. But the other thing that was satisfying, what I learned, is that art, drawing in particular, because there's many aspects of art, but drawing uh, is very therapeutic. And I think it's good for the soul. It's good for the human mind, even if you're not gonna do it for a career or professionally or even as a hobby, just to do it sometimes, I think it's very good. Um, so that's what I want to say about that. And then I did use, as far as pencils on this final project of our son David, this portrait of him, I used everything from basically graphite, the 4H, the HB, the 4B pencils, also the 555 ebony, which is much darker, thicker, and that brings out the darker shadows and so on, like between his teeth, you'll see, and so on. But the last thing I want to say is when we did our online, how would you say, like discussions and conversations with our classmates, and I was disappointed in this class. I've been in other classes at Mid-Michigan in this program I'm in for an associate's degree in graphic design. Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign was my first one. All Adobe classes, wonderful. I just have loved it so much. But boy, the conversations were engaging. Classmates, you'd get 2, 3, 4, 5 replies to people's posts in Moodle. Central Michigan University, other colleges use Blackboard. Often at Mid-Michigan, we use Moodle, which is a, what do you call that? I was researching it in the past. I'm interested in it, but it's basically, it's a platform for courses. LMS, I think it's called. Anyway, but in Moodle. But this class, I was very disappointed. Very disappointed. I mean, there was a few students who would interact with each other, but that's my worst, maybe my only criticism of this Art 105 fall 2025. It was awful. It was really pathetic. Um, People would give posts, nobody would comment. Um, that's just my opinion. Um, so be it. But I do want to just bring out a couple classmates. I was looking at their posts from this final week, and I like what a couple of them said. And this is what I'm going to conclude with in this video, which is uh, Serenity said, mistakes aren't a big deal. She said, just keep going and fix things as you go. Those were some of her phrases and words, and I just think that's so wonderful. It's so true, and there's really a philosophy that you can draw out of art many things, a philosophical worldview in connection with art, and drawing in particular. And it's this, that life is not easy. Art is not easy. This portrait of our son for this final project was not easy. I mean, I put hours and hours and hours and hours into it over a 3 to 4 day period, but it was worth it. And so, yes, it's going to take time. There's going to be mistakes in life, but the key is to learn from them and to grow from them. It's like somebody has said many times, I've heard, fail forward. That's great. When you fail and you fall short in life, move forward, learn from it. And that's true in drawing, as in life in general. What else here? Somebody else, I think it might have been Serenity, said, in terms of observation and proportions, it's critical. Or maybe that was my reflection. Somebody else might have said that. I know Abigail said that she learned to take her time, which I've already mentioned that. It's a reoccurring theme when I reflect on drawing in this class in particular and this final assignment in particular. I mean, you have to put time into drawing. And then, as I said, it's very therapeutic. I love drawing. This class helped me to know that for the rest of my life, I want to, on some level, draw. It's wonderful. And yeah, so I developed a love for drawing because of Art 105 at Mid-Michigan College. It was a great course. I'm thankful for our professor. Basically, I had 2 professors just because of the pre-recorded videos. But I'm thankful to the staff, the teaching staff at Mid-Michigan College. And I would highly recommend Art 105 to anyone who wants to learn the basics, because I'm just a beginner, but learn the basics in terms of how to draw. So yeah, that's all I have to say here. And here are the, one last thing actually, here are the pencils. Now, so I mentioned some of the pencils I use. Here's the ruler I use to get the straight edges and get the proportions lined up, measured correctly. And on that white piece of paper, that's all it took. And so you'll see the final result here in a moment. And of course, I'm going to have our son David see it too. Thank you. All right, David, you're back from Claire, and you've had a long day, and you're tired, and you're grumpy. Teresa, but I want to show the 2 of you, because I just finished. Ready, David? Ready. Here's the final one.
Oh.
Do you like it?
Does it look like you?
Is it good?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're just tired. Okay, so now I'm about to show you the final drawing, and that will be it for this video and for this semester. I do want to say that art, drawing in particular, this assignment for me, the whole semester, but particularly this assignment, it's like a whole other universe. It's humbling. I'm very humbled at how vast the potential is to be good at drawing and how far short I come in that, but that's okay. But here it is. So here's the final drawing. And of course, you can see how it's different from the actual photograph taken in Chicago. But you can also see that just as in the photo, this assignment helped me to learn to draw. Thank you.
What they say, not where I need to be, but I'm on my way. Trust the process, getting closer every day. It's not about the numbers, not about the place. Hard work pays off, yeah, that's what they say.
Nowadays I'm walking in like I'm